In this video, we'll be taking a look at 5 college football games happening on October 3rd, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 10 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 5 college football games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start: if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Western Kentucky versus Delaware. Western Kentucky heads to Delaware Stadium aiming for back-to-back victories on the road as they take on Delaware. The Hilltoppers have come out on top in 4 of their first 5 contests, while the Blue Hens have captured 3 wins in 4 tries. Western Kentucky holds the advantage thanks to its high-powered passing attack, one of the strongest in the nation. Delaware's defense has been leaky against the pass, allowing over 270 yards per outing, which sets the stage for Western Kentucky to lean heavily on its aerial game. Delaware, on the other hand, leans too much on the run. Although the Hilltoppers have had trouble stopping rushing attacks, their defensive backfield is solid, meaning they can commit more defenders to slowing down the run without fearing much from Delaware's passing game. The Hilltoppers are being underestimated, but this matchup looks favorable for them. With Delaware's defense already giving up 26 points on average, they are likely to allow even more in this one. Maverick McIver should be the difference maker, piling up points through the air. This clash will hinge on quarterback play, and Western Kentucky has the clear advantage. Delaware's offense won't be able to match their pace, and the Hilltoppers should roll. As our first pick for this matchup, the Western Kentucky to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Both teams have leaned toward the under in recent weeks. Western Kentucky's last 2 games have gone under the total, while Delaware has stayed under in 3 of its previous 4. The Hilltoppers are scoring 35 points per contest, throwing the ball 58% of the time with the nation's 11th ranked passing offense. They'll be facing a defense ranked 117th against the pass that is also allowing 26 points per game. Delaware averages 31 points per contest, with a balanced approach that includes passing on 51% of plays, ranking 35th nationally through the air. They're up against a defense that is 39th against the pass and giving up just 23 points per game. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Charlotte versus South Florida. On Friday, the Charlotte 49ers head down to Tampa to take on the South Florida Bulls at Raymond James Stadium. Charlotte has been bad in every phase, struggling to move the ball, failing to stop anyone, and consistently coming up short against the spread. The 49ers have missed the cover in 4 of their last 5 tries as double-digit underdogs. South Florida, meanwhile, has looked sharp through its first 4 contests. The Bulls feature an efficient offense, a defense that bends but rarely breaks, and they've cashed 3 tickets so far. They've also covered in 4 of their last 5 games when laying double digits. Both sides are coming off extended rest, so fatigue won't be a factor. In their last outing against South Carolina State, the Bulls racked up 504 total yards, including 252 through the air, while averaging 9.3 yards per snap. The only blemishes were 8 penalties and a 4 of 10 showing on 3rd down. That performance marked the second time in 4 games they've put up 34 or more points, with the only exceptions being a close win over Florida and a lopsided loss to Miami. Charlotte looks tailor-made for South Florida's strengths, and the Bulls should seize control early and never look back. Even with the heavy line, Charlotte has been one of the weakest teams in the country through the opening stretch. As our first pick for this matchup, the South Florida Bulls to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. 10 of Charlotte's last 15 have finished above the number, including 7 of their past 8 on the road. For South Florida, 6 of their last 8 overall have gone over, as have 5 of their past 6 against American Athletics Conference opponents. Charlotte sits 110th in points allowed, giving up 29 per contest, while the Bulls rank 38th in scoring with 36 points per game. Expect South Florida to rack up plenty of points, with Charlotte chipping in just enough to push this one past the total. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. New Mexico versus San Jose State. New Mexico heads to Citizens Equity First Credit Union Stadium in San Jose, California for its Week 6 clash with San Jose State. The Lobos enter this Mountain West opener riding high after 3 straight victories and holding a 3-1 mark against the spread through 4 contests. Their lone loss came at Michigan, where they still managed to cover a hefty 34.5-point line in a 34-17 defeat. The last time New Mexico played in California, it crushed UCLA 35-10, a result that ultimately cost Deshaun Foster his head coaching job with the Bruins. This year's team looks balanced, averaging 174 rushing yards and 217 passing yards per game. History does favor San Jose State, though, as the Spartans are 6-0 against the spread in the last 6 meetings dating back to December 2006. That includes last year's 52-24 win in Albuquerque. But this season has been rocky for Ken Niumatalolo's squad, sitting at 1-3 straight up and winless against the spread at home. The Spartans opened with a 16-14 stumble against Central Michigan, then surrendered 28 or more points in 3 consecutive outings to Texas, Football Championship Subdivision Idaho, and Stanford. While the loss to Texas can be excused, the defensive performances against the latter 2 were poor. New Mexico might not feature stars, but it also doesn't have obvious weaknesses, making it a dangerous underdog. As our first pick for this matchup, the New Mexico Lobos to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. On totals, New Mexico has been consistent. Since 2024, the Lobos are 6-3 on the over-under when playing away from home and 5-2 following a win. Their last trip to San Jose State ended with a 38-21 scoreline. While the Spartans have their struggles on offense, the Lobos' recent surge and San Jose State's shaky pass defense suggest New Mexico can dictate the pace and put up points. That should be enough to push this game above the line. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. West Virginia versus BYU. On Friday night, the action shifts to Provo for a Big 12 clash between the West Virginia Mountaineers and the BYU Cougars. Both programs are working with a short turnaround after playing last Saturday, with West Virginia also dealing with the cross-country trip. The Mountaineers are off to a rocky 2-3 start in the first year of Rich Rodriguez's second stint, and the program is clearly in rebuilding mode. BYU, meanwhile, is thriving at 4-0, though their upcoming Big 12 slate is daunting. While I don't see long-term dominance for the Cougars this season, they are clearly the stronger side in this matchup, and with the home field edge on a short week, the play here is to back them to cover the -19 line. A big reason BYU is clicking has been the emergence of freshman quarterback Bear Bachmeier. After dismissing their projected starter in the offseason, expectations around Provo weren't high, but Bachmeier has exceeded them. He's proven he can beat defenses both on the ground and through the air, making him one of the more exciting young quarterbacks to watch. He's supported by a BYU roster built on toughness and physicality, which makes them a nightmare to play against. West Virginia, on the other hand, is shorthanded after losing its starting quarterback to a foot injury, with no clear timeline for his return. Their offensive identity centers on the ground game, but without a credible passing threat. Defenses are stacking the box and limiting their production. That spells trouble here, as the Mountaineers are likely to struggle to generate points while BYU eventually takes control and pulls away. As our first pick for this matchup, the BYU Cougars to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Defensively, BYU has been outstanding, and that matches up well against West Virginia's limitations. The Cougars are surrendering only 9 points per game and haven't allowed more than 21 in any contest. West Virginia, meanwhile, has managed 14 or fewer points in 3 of its 4 games against Football Bowl subdivision competition. The Mountaineers' passing attack has been ineffective, and BYU's ability to dominate possession with a strong ground game should keep the clock moving and reduce the number of offensive snaps overall. With both sides leaning on the run and BYU boasting one of the stingiest red zone defenses in the nation, this game has all the makings of a slow, grinded-out battle with limited scoring. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. San Diego State versus Colorado State. The Colorado State Rams and the San Diego State Aztecs kick off Mountain West Conference play with a late Friday night showdown. San Diego State has shown plenty of inconsistency so far, but they still sit at 3-1 and now get the benefit of playing at home. The Aztecs were limited to just 6 points last week, though the week before they lit up Cal for 34. Colorado State, meanwhile, has yet to beat a Football Bowl subdivision opponent this season, and their offense continues to be a liability. The Rams are making a quarterback change, with Jackson Brusso stepping in, but it's hard to see him turning things around against a top 20 defense on the road. San Diego State's attack isn't explosive, but this matchup is favorable. The Aztecs lean heavily on the run, and they'll be facing a Rams defense ranked 118th nationally against the ground game, giving up 206 yards per contest. Add in the Aztecs' positive turnover margin, and as long as they protect the ball, they should handle business. Colorado State has already shuffled quarterbacks with no real improvement, while San Diego State has surrendered only 3 points across its last 2 games, both against respectable Division I foes, including Cal. With production coming from both the rushing and passing games, the Aztecs look well positioned. The line feels like bait from Las Vegas, but even knowing that, the smart play is still to lay the points given how bad Colorado State has been. I briefly considered backing the Rams with the points, but there isn't enough to justify it. As our first pick for this matchup, the San Diego State Aztecs to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Offensively, both sides are likely to be held in check. San Diego State's scoring woes were on full display in their last outing, and overall, their production this season hasn't been strong. On the other hand, their defense has been rock solid, allowing just 3 points combined in their past 2 contests. Colorado State has been even worse on offense, sitting dead last nationally at 131st. It's tough to imagine either team pushing past 17 points in this one, and it wouldn't be surprising if the Rams were held to a field goal or less. This sets up as a comfortable under, the kind of game where the result feels safe well before the final whistle. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.